Hello and welcome to another video from Attribution Gaming, and we are back in our T54 Mod 1 today, and we'll be looking at some gameplay where we're talking a little bit about moving forward, don't stop, keep moving, and showing the aggression where it can put the enemy on the back foot even when you have equal or lesser numbers. So it just so happens, it's not specific to this tank, it just happens the gameplay was done in this tank. Though the skills on the crew do help with that keep moving. I mean, it is a medium. We do have our sixth sense, but we have recons, we have that better view range, we have Deadeye and Snapshot hitting better on the move, we have off-road driving to reduce those ground resistances, improving the mobility, but also smooth ride, improving shooting on the move. We also have situational awareness, again improving the view range, and safe stow. So we don't have brothers in arms. We are, as always, not using premium consumables, just a fire extinguisher. We don't have bond or bounty equipment as usual, no directives. We have vents, rammer and vertical stabilizers, so pretty basic standard layout. And at the time of this gameplay, we had 5 out of the 6 field mods. The T54 Mod 1, it is a pretty good tank overall, and you can see that with those crew skills we are at a 398 meter view range. I would definitely think about taking a second build on this tank that would either have coated optics or a turbo, but I think I prefer coated optics to try and get closer to the 450 meter view range. So as I said, the gameplay we're going to see and talk about, not specific to this tank, just happens as a tank I was in, but the crew skills do aid this type of gameplay. So let's jump in and see what happens. Right, so here we are, we're on Live Oaks, and we're in a fully tier 8 matchup, and we are instantly thinking about where we're going to go. Now, as a medium with a pretty decent turret, it would be crazy not to go over to the eastern flank. Plenty of hills, plenty of areas where we can utilise the turret. Not the best gun depression on the tank, the turret's pretty strong, and our mobility will certainly help us in this area, certainly better than grinding ourselves in the town. So we cut across the water as quickly as possible. You know, that smooth ride will certainly be helping at the ground resistances, and even then you can see how slow we get. But certainly, the not smooth ride, the off-road driving does help those ground resistances. So we're coming around here, and you can see the Barask is pushed up to get us good early spotting. Good job from the Barask, letting me know who's up there. Right, we can see the FV4 202. He's coming over, and it looks like, yeah, he's pushed straight into the dip. Now, we also want to get this dip. Now, I'm going to go around, and I'm going to challenge him for this. He's on his own right now, and I have a Barask for support. So I'm going to go around, and I'm hoping the Barask is going to come down and support, and he doesn't at the moment. So we're going to keep seeing if we can challenge. Now, the enemy team are starting to come forward, but we do need to challenge this FV4 202, and I don't want to get caught on my own, but I've pushed forward enough that it's given the 7032 also the confidence to come around and push on this tank and between us. And here you go, now here comes the T26 E4. So by pushing forward, being aggressive, we got lucky there with the Galaban though, pushing forward and being aggressive, I've actually encouraged my teammates to do the same, and we have won this dip. And for me, I think it's definitely important on this map, if you're coming from that spawn location, to get into this area, and vice versa if you're coming from the north. Getting into this area gives you a much more dominant position, and certainly easier to attack the enemy team. So our team, they're attacking from the front there, and I'm looking to come round from the flank, trying to get the shots into them from the side while they're in a firefight with my teammates. And I can see that the enemy team have taken an awful lot of damage, so I'm thinking about who I'm going after and who I'm going to come over. Two tanks die straight away, so I'm going straight over. I'm going to go over, and I'm going to start doing some damage, and that's a pretty cool Cobra camo there on that T54 Mod 1. I wish Wargaming would re-release that one. What I've done is, because I've pushed over into this dip, the T54 Mod 1 is engaged with me, and again, that being aggressive and pushing over, yes, I've taken a bit of damage, but it meant that my teammates, that Barask, came over to help, as did my teammates. So again, we're not stopping, we're keeping pushing forward, we're keeping the momentum going, and it just puts the enemy on the back foot. You just kind of get overwhelmed, overrun. Now, we've got a little bit of a problem here, because we do know that there are 2 good tank destroyers in the enemy team. SE-130 looks to be in the tank. The other 2, they're going to hurt. Those tank destroyers, they do a lot of damage, and they're going to hurt. And there you go, T-26 E4 taking a hit from the ISU there, 699 damage. Scorpion out there as well, and a Barask. But we get to a point, T26 goes, T34 goes, they've got a lot more hit points, and we're going to push up as well. No stop, keep moving, and we're just pushing them back into a corner, and at some point they will be revealed. Now those tank destroyers, they are paper, so as soon as they are revealed we can destroy them pretty quickly. So we're going to push up, and I've got some decent view range. Be nice with the coated optics as well, but here we go. We've spotted the Scorpion, spotted the ISU. Now I'm taking using every last hit point here down to 5 hit points, but it was worth it to reveal the ISU. We're after a win from our games here. We're not just here trying to farm the damage, we're trying to win. We reveal the ISU, that gets him killed. We revealed the Scorpion, that gets him killed as well. And as you can see, once you can reveal those 2 tank destroyers, they do not last very long. So yes, I took a huge hit, but it was absolutely worth it to absolutely overrun and take this flank. And as you can see, the T-34 took the hits, the T-26 took the hits, and everybody here has used their hit points, but we have been able to push up and win the flank, because we keep moving, we're being aggressive, and the enemy team they're just faltering in the face of such a rapid advance. And you can see here that we're 5 minutes into the game. We have made it to the cap circle. We've got 5 hit points left. We're going to stay in the cap circle now while the 2 tanks finish off. I've seen many times 2 heavy tanks decimate a team if you go in one at a time. But what I'm doing is I am resetting the cap to give my team the chance, because I can see we've got the Senlac in here, we've got another tank in here, so we can cap pretty quick if we need. There you go. 7032 gets a kill, but the ISM's now dead, and there's only 1 heavy tank left, so I'll try and reset the cap again for my teammates. We reset the cap and they get the kill, and there you go. So in 5 minutes 20 seconds, just under 5 minutes 15 seconds, that game is over. Now our team obviously did well in the city, but but really, we were at least the same, if not outgunned, on the flank. Now, obviously, the FE4 202, he pushed and he went on his own, and the teammates don't always follow you, but often, if you can come over into a good location, it gives your teammates the confidence to follow and support, which is why I say, you want to get out early of the spawn, get into those good locations, encourage the team to come with you, and often, if enough players come with you, which is more often than not, if you've got that position, you're holding that position, then often the players will come with you, and you can just overrun the enemy, keep them on the back foot, which is exactly what we did there. Let's jump back to the garage. There we go, T54 Mod 1, certainly not even close to the best game you're ever going to see, and that's the point of most of the videos I show you. It's about showing average or above average games, because that's what most of the time we find ourselves in, not those 1 in 100 or 1 in 1,000 games. It was more about showing you the gameplay, and it just so happened this is the tank. We ended up with 1500 damage, we got 800 spotting assistance, so certainly we'll take that, but the main point was showing how being aggressive in the right way, but more likely keep moving, keep the momentum going, overrun the enemy team, don't give them time to think or reposition. Those 4 tanks in the dip, I've seen people that as they're pushing the flank, they get stuck in the river area, and the team up on the hill are able to relocate back to the buildings, get themselves some more hard cover. But 4 tanks in the dip surrounded on 2 or 3 sides, and they didn't last very long, and that's because we didn't give them the time. By playing up on top of the hill, shooting down on them, there was no way they could retreat without taking heavy damage, and they were then killed in place. So I think that was a good example of some fast moving, fast paced gameplay, a bit of leading from the front, encouraging people to come with you. Easier said than done when you're not on voice comms, granted, but often if you make that initial move, somebody or some bodies will go with you, and that will make all the difference. And as you see there, just that 7032 coming around the corner on the FE4 202, we finish him off and we've won the dip area. So overall, a good video, I felt, for gameplay. Let me know if that was useful for you. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. Let me know why, as always. And you can see us streaming live on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook Gaming. And we certainly appreciate all the support you can give, whether it's a follow, whether it's a subscribe, or whether it's a like on the Facebook page. It does really help us out, so we do appreciate the support, and that support is also free for you. You've been watching Athario Gaming. We'll see you on the battlefield.